Now in this section we're going to see some of the common sense ideas for uploading a video to YouTube and getting it promoted. Now the first obvious thing you need to think about is the actual file name of your videos. If you film them yourself, don't use whatever file name the camera produced. Make sure the actual file name is packed with your usual SEO friendly phrases and possibly location. And make sure you use that for the actual file name prior to uploading it. Now once you've uploaded your YouTube video, you can supply a title, a description, some tags, and also assign it to a category. So do think about these things carefully. Now as far as the tags are concerned, don't go crazy with this. Just put a few tags in, and it's the usual kind of rules. You might have a short tag describing what you do, a location, and what the video is about. But again, don't put too many tags in, it's going to look a bit spammy. Now the title is again very, very important in YouTube. So as we've already seen on numerous occasions now, the title on the web page is the single most important SEO factor there is for web pages. And the same is kind of true with the title for your YouTube video. So this is not the file name, this is the actual title of the video. So just like when you're creating a title for your web pages, think about it, don't just dash something off, and try and make it as descriptive as possible, and also make it as enticing as possible. The other mistake that most people make on YouTube is, if you're used to creating web pages, on web pages you have a very short title and the description can be slightly longer but not much longer. The good news is that on YouTube you can have a description of up to 5,000 characters, so you can get a lot more information in there. There's lots more opportunities for packing your SEO friendly phrases within there. Now again, if you go and check out your competitors, in the vast majority of cases people don't seem to realize the fact that YouTube descriptions can be much longer. So I really would advise you to take advantage of that. Maybe if your video contains spoken words, you might want to have a sort of long document, a sort of transcript if you like, of what the video is about. This is good for Google, and it's also good for people whose first language isn't English, assuming that your video is in English. The other thing you should have in your description is a clickable link back to your website, plus also links back to your social media. If you really start getting into YouTube, there's all sorts of clever things you can do. So let's say, for sake of argument, you have, one video, some sort of instructional video that's an hour and a half long. What would be a nice idea is to put like a table of contents in the description. How to do this is beyond the scope of this particular course, but I cover it on the YouTube course. So you could have a series of links that would go to specific areas within the YouTube video. So the first one obviously would start at the beginning of the video. Then if the video is basically divided into topics, you could have it so the links in the description, if you clicked on them, would go to a particular topic, and another link would go to a different topic within the same video. Now this is something that so many YouTube channels just don't do. Your description should always have a clickable link back to your website. Even those people who do put in their websites, quite often they might just put in like a shorter version of the URL. So in the example shown here, they might just have something like www.4seotutorials.com. While that might show up in the description, it might not be clickable. What you need to do is put the whole thing in there. So the HTTP or HTTPS, depending on what version you've got. So start with the HTTP bit and then put the whole web address in. It then becomes a clickable link as opposed to just being displayed within the description. The other thing you might want to consider is, instead of just simply linking back to your home page, if the video is about a specific item and there's more information about that item on your website, then what you could do is, instead of just linking back to your home page, link to a page from the video description to a page on your website that's directly relevant to that particular video. Or the other option is, let's say you've got a list of different videos available, then you could link back to that list on your website, and once they're on your website they could view videos embedded within your website rather than watching them on YouTube. That means you've now attracted them to your website, and the chances are they might go and explore the rest of your website. Now here's the really clever bit with videos. As I've said over and over again, Google likes text. Google understands text. So the best type of video you can produce in terms of SEO for YouTube is to have a video that contains spoken words. And the reason this is useful is because if you upload a video that contains spoken words, what YouTube will do automatically in the background is produce a transcript. So what it's doing basically is it's taking your spoken words that contained within the video, it produces a transcript. And what's a transcript? Text. At that point, Google can read all the text, and providing that you've got a video that contains all your keyword phrases, Google will pick those out and help to promote that particular video for those keyword phrases. Now this automatic transcript creation is okay as far as it goes. It used to be absolutely appalling. It has got a lot better over the last couple of years, but again, I'm not going to get into it now because it's not a YouTube course. But what you should do is go and check your automatically produced transcript, and if necessary, go and edit it so that it's correct. As I say, this will have the effect that anyone whose first language is not English, that will help, again assuming that the video is in English, and it will also help YouTube. So YouTube, Google, same thing. I forgot to mention the fact that Google actually own YouTube, which is why YouTube is an important SEO factor. But all things being equal, you're going to get a much bigger bang for your buck, as it were, if you have videos that contain spoken words, not just music. So as I say, make sure the spoken words are SEO friendly, pack your phrases in there, but as always, don't overdo it. Also make sure that spoken words actually sort of relate to the title and the description and the tags that you specified when you uploaded the file. As I say, do check that video transcript. It's a lot better than it used to be, but I've seen some dreadful transcripts. It also depends how clear the words are on the video. And a good tip is, if you're going to produce videos with spoken words, it's all very well having a nice camera, but you want a nice microphone as well. It's I would say in some ways with YouTube, the microphone is actually more important than the camera, because you want nice clear audio.